do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yo! I'm headed to the park, baby, with the doggy. Yo! Headed to the park. Welcome to my nightmare. Yo! I'm driving to the park. Wow, look at that trike. Woo! Guy mowing his lawn. Woo! That's the sound I'm going to hear for holding my phone up to the dashboard when I should be paying attention to my driving. Richard is in a good mood today. Do-do, do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do, do-do-do. I will try to read the comments when I'm done driving. We got about 5 more minutes and then I'll be at the park. I got my Rooney doggy with me. I don't know if you can see him. Right back there in the back seat, baby. Yeah, man. Yeah. Keeping it real. Driving along here. There's the Forks restaurant. Used to be called JR. It's a truck cut me off. Ah! Do-do, 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 do-do. The ramp is closed. We're entering the town of Whitehaven. Yo. Keeping it real, man. As soon as I can pay attention, I'll start reading your comments, you all. Dr. Richard. Yo. Oh, I don't know if you read that, but it said the damn road. Dan number 2. Do-do, do-do, do-do-do. Do-do-do. Okay, usually a cop there. Yup, but not today. Okay, construction on Route 80. Gotta slow down. Gotta slow it down here. Entering the town of Whitehaven. The tiny town of Whitehaven. There's our beer distributor. But poor Dolly, that was her name. She passed away. She was about 95 or 100 years old. Can't live forever. Gas prices $3.07. Do-do. There's the church. There's the cemetery. That's where we're all going. Here's a funny intersection. People always foul this one up. The people coming up the hill have the right of way. Right? And nobody ever gets this right unless you live here. So, going down the hill. I'll be at the park soon. Look out, FedEx person. Do-do. Blue truck, tanker truck coming up the hill. Dump truck on the left. Almost at the park now. Do-do. Getting there. Be there shortly. There's the Whitehaven Diner. They're going to be closed this weekend because one of the waitresses Her husband died, and that's a shame. I know her. Probably the best looking one there. Do 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 do. I'm at the park, baby. We have arrived. We are here. Come on, son. Let's go, you white handsome bastard, you. Do 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 do. Come here, son. Come here. Come here. Come here. You know the deal, mister. You know. Stop. You know the deal, mister. All right, here we go, man. Here we go. Off to the races. Off to the races at the park. Let me see. Is my microphone? Looks like the microphone's on. Hi. How the heck are you? How the heck are you today, man? I wanted to do the live stream yesterday, but my phone wasn't working, and I was having a conniption fit. It's a shame, right? I have to get Monday morning. Bring me back. All right. So, yo, keeping it real. Keeping it real. Here in Whitehaven, Pennsylvania, the Northeast. It's been raining for the past year. This is the wettest month we've ever had. But it's sunny and warm today, and gosh darn it, we are going to have a good time. A good time, a good time. Yes, we are. That's my Roni. He's pointing. See how he points? He's saying, Daddy, there is something here that interests me, Father. Father, may I please have another? My sister must have said to her kids when they were serving chocolate cake one time, and I heard my niece say, Mother, may I please have a very large piece of chocolate cake? And I thought that was kind of funny, but then I sat there and thought about it, and she probably yelled at her kid one time when they were having chocolate cake, and she probably said, don't take such a large piece. Don't you take such a large piece of the chocolate cake. So this time here, when I guess she thought she would ask politely. So she said, Mother, may I please have a very large piece of chocolate cake? Yo, keeping it real, Dr. Rich. Lay back on the couch. Dr. Rich is going to get inside your skull, and I'm going to examine your warped mind. And you could ask me anything you want, and I will give you words of wisdom. Words of wisdom I'm going to give you all. Yes, I am. It's around 72 degrees. It's sunny. Taking the doggy down the park. Yay. No more Mr. Nice Guy. No more Mr. Clean. You know why I'm singing that? Because I'm do favors for everybody, right? This guy who I just met, nice guy. His name's Don. My age, a little older. So he's definitely not watching the show. But I'm not going to say anything bad about him. But I took him to a place called Mountaintop so he can apply for a loan to get his car fixed. I can't say no to that. I had to do it. The good news is he got the loan. But the reason why I say no more Mr. Nice Guy is because I'm spending my entire free time of my life. Oh, I see another doggy Excuse me, I have to concentrate on my endeavors. Hey, buddy, I'll try to sneak around you. I'll try to sneak around you. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad then. Can I let him sniff?
Sure thing.
Okay. Yeah.
What's your guy's name?
Roni.
Yeah, what kind of dog is he?
He's a Catahoula. You ever hear of them?
I've heard of him,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen him before. And I'll tell you, he's got some size to him.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, I never heard of him neither until I got one. He's a rescue.
So is my girl.
Aw,
My girl's mostly foxhound.
you could pet him. Foxhound, huh?
Mostly. She's a hound mix. But
So that means they're herding dogs, right? Or hunting?
Yeah, it's hunt.
Yes. Oh boy.
What about your guy?
He's a herding dog.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He. So, all right. Listen, you have a great day.
You as well.
All right, my friend. All right. See how nice people are around here? Everybody's super, super friendly. Everybody, man. How could you not be? We had a short week, right? Mostly everybody had off Monday. So Friday came around real quick. Now it's Friday. Yay! Thank you for the likes, by the way. Whoever sent me them likes, thank you. So yay, today's Friday. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. I know I'm in a good mood. And today is June 30th, I believe. So one more day. No, May 30th. Come on, son. May 30th. We have one more day of May. And then guess what? It's going to be June. June is my favorite month because the days are super, super long. Matter of fact, on June 21st is the longest day of the year. Okay? June 21st. Then the days start getting shorter, but it's also when summer kicks in. Yeah, June 21st is the first day of summer, right? And it's finally warming up. So how could we not be in a good mood? Are you guys hearing me? Are we in a good mood? This has been the wettest May on record. And look how green everything is, man. Everything's growing. Mother Nature's kicking in her glory. Come on, son, we'll go down here and chill on these rocks. We'll chill on the rocks, Mr. Roni. Roni Baloney. That's his name, Roni. I don't know if you just heard me or not, but he's a Catahoula dog. Oh man, somebody littered and put a tire. I'm gonna clean that up when my hands are free. What a shame. Beautiful river. Somebody throws a tire and they were probably drinking because I see a beer thing in the tree. So, all right, well, Richard will clean it up. No worries. No more, Mr. Nice Guy. No more, right? I'm a nice guy. I'm cleaning up tires and beer tabs. I'll be wheeling the tire out of the woods and I'll get busted because the cop will think I was the one littering. But I'll say, no, officer. Dear kindly, Officer Clucky, with all the marijuana, they won't give me a puff. And I'll say, Officer Krupke, I was actually cleaning up the mess down here, officer. So don't blame me, okay? So, yeah, man, June 1st, tomorrow, wait, today's the 30th, tomorrow's the 31st, and then Sunday will be June 1st, my favorite month, and summer's gonna kick in. So, what else is going on? It's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Fred Rogers. Good old Fred. He passed away. Poor Fred. But Remember the way he used to talk, like real mellow? Mellow. Fred Rogers was mellow. Not like Freddy Krueger. Freddy Krueger. If you fell asleep, Freddy Krueger would interrupt your dreams and slaughter you while you were sleeping. You know, Freddy Krueger, the guy with the knives. Kind of like Edward Scissorhands on steroids. Remember Edward Scissorhands? So, what else could we rap about today? So I took my neighbor to Mountaintop, and he got his loan, so he's going to get his car fixed. And good old Rich is going to take him to the gas station so the mechanic can do the work on his car. No more Mr. Nice Guy. See, this is why I believe in karma, because the more good I put out, the more good I'll get back, right? And I'm not banking on that. It just comes natural for Dr. Richard over here. So, what else is there to talk about on this lovely Friday afternoon? Yeah. So, while I was in Mountaintop, I discovered a dog park. And it was right off the main highway. I knew the dude would be in the bank for a while, so I broke out the phone and looked on Google Maps, and it was only like less than 5 minutes from where the bank was. Come on, son, we gotta go, man. You know the deal. And so I found this dog park, and it was awesome. There was two right next to each other, and they were separated. One was for small dogs, and the other were for big dogs. So obviously my dog would go to the big dog park, and I let him play in there for about 15 minutes. It was way early in the morning, so no other people were there. And that dude called me, and I picked him up, and we came home. But now I know where it's at. Look, a cool dog park. It's only about 10-minute ride from my house. And I know I'm going to make plans to go there from time to time. And perhaps, maybe, I'll do a couple live streams from there. So, I was watching these other dudes live stream, and I'm learning a lot. This one guy, he really gets into it. He puts on different costumes or get-ups, and he talks about survival. He's from like a warm state where it's real swampy and stuff, and he's telling how to light fires and stuff, and I thought it was super interesting. And I think I learned a lot from that guy, just watching him. And I liked it because he was real relaxed. I think he was drinking out of a horn, like a powder horn. Powder horn is like a real animal horn, and they used to use it for gunpowder, but I think he was putting his booze in there. I could be wrong. Could have been orange juice or something, but I'm just guessing it was an alcoholic beverage. And he was just chilling out, man, come on, son, this way, talking to his people. And there was lots of people responding to him, and I told him that I appreciate his show, and I'm learning off him, and I have an ear-to-ear smile, and he was answering my questions. So now I'm learning how people do this. I was on the receiving end for once, and I was asking him questions, and he was responding right back to me. So now I'm starting to learn how this works a little bit, and it's pretty cool, man. Definitely cool beans. Cool beans. Yeah. Keeping it real here in Pennsylvania. Whoa. Dog's excited. No, mister, please, Mr. Ronnie. I know you're happy. So I was walking near my house today, and I came across a tiny baby fawn with its mother, deer. And I think the father was there too, because there was 2 adult deer and the baby. And the baby was probably slightly bigger than a cat. It's probably only a few days old. It looked a little shaky on its legs. And that was really cool. So I made a little upload of that. And I shared that with you all. My dog's pointing again. Go on this way. And what else, man? Yeah, that was a pretty cool upload. A couple days ago, Roni and I, that's the dog right here, we were walking along, and the deer must have had just been born because it was still in the weeds and it couldn't even stand up yet. So it was during the live stream, so I cut the live stream off and I gathered my dog up because I don't want any trouble. I'm all for wildlife over here. And so I went back later and I was gonna get some video, but they both had gone. So that tells me that the little baby fawn was just fine because it couldn't get up when I was there. Somebody told me they can get up within a couple hours, they can walk. So, and that's what must have happened. So that was pretty interesting. I see that every year, but this time I actually got it on video. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. And my dog's leading me into oblivion. 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 Remember Third Eye Blind? That's the song I was singing there by Third Eye Blind. How's it gonna be when you don't blow me anymore? Know me. How's it gonna be? How's it gonna be? Third Eye Blind. They were the bomb for a couple of years. I think his name was Stephen Jenkins. They were good, but that dude was comparing himself to John Lennon. Dude, you're not that good. You're talking probably one of the best musicians on the planet. So you're not that good, Stephen Jenkins. You were good and I put your jam on every day, but you're not that great. Don't compare yourself to John Lennon, because you're not that great. Come on, son. Pull me up this hill. Working my way back to you. Okay, up on the bike trail. Yeah. So we're up on the bike trail now. We're not down in the woods anymore. Whew. One dude, I made a video. My doggy was eating grass. So I put it out there. I said, why does my dog eat grass? And the person left a comment. He said, you seem like a really lazy person. Why don't you just take your dog to the vet like everybody else? So I never get mad. So I just responded back. I said, yes, I am lazy. That's my motto, being lazy. The lazier I could get, the better off I feel. I said, all I do is lay around. I eat, breathe, sleep, laziness. But I mostly sleep lazy. I said, and I responded back to dude. So, yeah. And then another dude about a week ago said, I don't deserve to own a dog. And I didn't get mad at that neither. And I said, well, I don't own a dog anymore because I ate him for dinner last night. And he was delicious. Delicious. So, I don't have a dog anymore. Last night's dinner, when I got him in the freezer, got his head in the freezer and the leg, and just gonna save it for later. So dude never got back to me on that one either. Yeah. I'm a sarcastic person. But it's all good. It's all good. I never get upset. Try not to anyway. Yesterday I had a bad day though. The live stream wasn't working. My gout started coming back. You know, when people say their big toe hurts, I would say, man, how could your toe hurt? Well, it can, and it's very painful sometimes. So I took a couple Tylenol, and I feel much better now. Richard's better. Dr. Richards. I play doctor on myself. Okay, sir. Yes, sir. You got it. Bicycle people. This is a bike path. I don't know if you can see him. He just passed me. He came up and said, on your right, on your right. They give you a little warning. I downloaded, they have bicycle bells. Ding, ding. And I downloaded a bicycle noise on my phone. So when I'm walking along and I want to pass somebody, I hit my little ding-ding on my phone. It sounds like a bicycle coming by. That was pretty ingenious of me, don't you think? So, what else is going on? Anything in the news besides Rick Derringer? Rock and roll, hoochie coo. That dude passed away. Hang on, Sloopy. Sloopy, hang on. That dude. Gotta be an old fart. Understand that. What's going on there? What else is going on in this world? In this lovely world. I can't wait to start my kayaking again. Boy, oh boy, I can't wait to do that. And usually I start by mid-June. The river temperature moves up enough where wimpy me. I still wear a wetsuit. I wear that wetsuit. I wear it right through the summer if that river don't warm up enough. But I can't wait to start kayaking. Oh man, I can't wait to live stream for you guys then. The phone's such a piece of junk that if something happens to it, I won't care. So I'll stick it in my top pocket as I'm paddling down through the rapids. And you guys can see how that goes. Hopefully it'll be a good signal and you'll get reception, and I'll show you all the river rapids and all that. I know them all by heart. Initiation, Tannery, Triple Drop. I know them all. They give rapids names, you know. And some rapids have cool names like Broken Nose. Broken Nose is the name of a rapid on the Ocoee River. And on the Gauley River, they got a rapid named Lost Paddle. So they're more intense whitewater rivers than what is going on around here. Around here, I'm right next to the Lehigh River. So I'll show you what I'm saying right here. Whitehaven, okay, I'm right next to the Lehigh River. And that's just like a class 2 river. Any maps of it here? Let me see. Yeah, right here. There's a map of the river. And we are here. You are here. And I normally paddle down to that little horseshoe bend right there. And that's called Rockport. And that's where I take out at. And that'll be a fun live stream I'm going to do with you guys, because there's a cool rest spot. They call it Lunch Rock. Lunch Rock. It's about halfway down. And, oh, here comes a train. And it's a huge rock. It's the size of a football field. Maybe it's that tour train. Let me see. I hear it. Try to zoom in a little bit. Nah, too many trees. But you can hear it. So, yeah, man, Lunch Rock, baby. and I'll spend a couple minutes on Lunch Rock, and I'll show you where everybody's head's at. Hear the bell, the train bell? You'll probably hear the horn soon because they got to pass through the little town. Yep, I told you. Did I not call that? Because they got to pass through the town of Whitehaven. That's probably the tourism train. I got videos of that as well. I was in the beer distributor today picking up some Twisted Teas from my friend. And there was another gentleman there who had his doggy in his car. And they knew each other, the person behind the counter and the other person. And they said, well, what are you doing this weekend? And the guy said, well, I'm going to mow my lawn while we're still having nice weather because we're supposed to get rain. And then the person behind the counter said, I know, man, we haven't had any rain in such a long time. And I cracked up laughing because it couldn't be further. It was sarcasm. That's what that was. It was pure sarcasm. And I was laughing my butt off, man. That was pretty cute. You know, I'm friends with everybody, man. I know everybody pretty much on a first name basis. As I was telling you earlier on the ride down, poor Jody. She's a waitress at the Whitehaven Diner. And this is no joke here, no sarcasm. Her husband passed away. It's very sad. But now she's single, right? Oh, no, I said no jokes. She was the prettiest one there, though. So she's watching. She heard that. Definitely the cutest one, man. Nice tight body. And she had such a tight butt. You stick a piece of charcoal up there, it'll turn into a diamond. That's how tight her butt was, man. A lot of pressure. Turn that piece of coal into a diamond in short order. Very pretty, very pretty. Let's go sit on the park bench, son. Come on. Sitting on the park bench. Dan, dan, dan. Eyeing little girls with bad intent. Jethro Tull. I'm going to get a whatchamacallit, a Bluetooth speaker, something real small. And I'm going to play music as I do my live streams. I got that thing called Spotify. What's he into? Careful, son. It could be a snake or something. There are rattlesnakes around here. I don't see anything. And I'm going to get this Bluetooth speaker and carry it on me. And we'll play music. I'll get a real cheap one. I'll drag between my cheap cell phone and this cheap Bluetooth speaker. I'll take them both down the river with me. If they get destroyed, who cares? Right? And I'll break it out on Lunch Rock and I'll play the music and I'll live stream. Got to be careful though. I was watching some things and there's copyrights. So I cannot steal other people's music. But I'm not stealing it. We're just having it in the background. You know what I'm saying, man? Can it be dug? I'm letting the beard grow. Gonna stick pencils in it as soon as it's a little bit longer. I don't have to carry a pencil around in my top pocket. I'll just have it in my beard. And sometimes the food gets caught in there. It's like a little after dinner mint. I'll yank it out of my beard and eat it then. No, I'm only kidding. I'm not gross. I don't mean to gross you out. One time I had a seed from a plant and my friend had a big long beard and I made pretend I was picking my nose and I pulled the seed out of I made pretend I pulled the seed out of a boogie out of my nose and I threw it at him and it stuck in his beard. The seed stuck in his beard and I made pretend I pulled it out of my nose. Oh boy, that dude was a wimp and he was ready to kick my butt. He got so mad. I said, chill, dude. It's only a seed off a plant. It's not a real boogie. But oh my God, that was a fun little prank, man. He was staring at me. So I had the little seed in my hand and I made pretend I yanked it out like a boogie and threw it stuck in his beard. Oh boy. That's pretty cool. So what else is going on, man? What could I say to you all to keep you all entertained? This is a show about nothing. Absolutely nothing. I have nothing to say, and I'm just shooting off the hip because there's nothing to say. So why don't you guys say something? Why don't you ask me? The other day, you all were teaching me acronyms. I didn't know what that stuff meant. Like laughing my ass off, LMAO. I didn't know what that meant. And then when we were doing that back and forth, they were throwing me acronyms and I was learning them. And this other dude was writing me entire sentences in just letters. You want a drink, son? Come on, Daddy will get you a drink. Let me see. What could I do? What could I do for my little son, my big son, my 100-pound baby, my 100-pound doggy? See, I carry around little bowls, and I have some H2O right here. My car is my everything. I may as well live out of it. Here you go, mister. That's for you, son. Dude says I don't deserve to own a dog. That dog's more spoiled than most humans. Dog's got a better life than most humans. A couple of my neighbors were telling me, if reincarnation is real and I pass away, I want to come back as your pets because you spoil the living hell out of them. And it's true. I do. Spoil the living hell out of my babies. Baby, 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 yo, yo, yo. Keeping it real. Look, check out this van. One of them conversion vans. Looks like a later model with the extended roof. And this dude's been all over. Look at all them stickers, man. Dude's been everywhere. Painted Desert, Black Mountain, Glacier National Park. Oh my God, that looks like fun. Lake Tahoe, Blue Goose. Wow, man. That's what I want to do. I had a van, a conversion van. Had a little fold-out couch with a little table and an ice box in it. Not a refrigerator, it wasn't electric. You just got, it's like a cooler, that's all. And that was my thing, man. Used to be motorcycles, but then after I got in too many accidents, I figure 3 strikes and you're out. So I had 2 strikes. Both landed me in the hospital. And so I said, heck with it. Just gonna get a van now. So I had the van for years and years. And always kept it clean, kept the inside nice. And put like 170,000 miles on that van. And I actually gave it away when I was done with it. Had pretty new tires on it. The gas gauge broke in the van, so I always had to fill it up. The only way I could tell when it was time to put gas in it again is I would look at the odometer, and when I got up to like 300 miles, I knew it was time to put gas in it again. So when I gave it away, it had new tires, probably like a good half tank of gas. So just between the gas and the tires, the van was worth a couple $100. Plus the van was in good shape. The inside was still nice. It still ran. You know, new battery, started right up. I gave it to this junkyard who always were nice enough to me and would give me parts whenever I needed them. So I figured I'd return the favor. So one day I walked up to Pat, that was his name, dude, at the junkyard. And I said, here's the van. I'm getting a new car, new truck. I'm giving you my van. And then I gave it to him, title and everything. And then I saw it on the road every now and then. So they must have sold it to somebody else. And I knew it was my van. It was very distinct. It was a custom van, and it had certain colors. You just know your vehicle. Everybody knows their own vehicle. You could tell by the sound of an engine running what car's coming down the block. I know who's coming down the block just by the sound of the motor. And I would see the van from time to time for like the next couple years. Every now and then I'd be driving along and I'd point to whoever's next to me. I say, there goes my van. There it goes. Still on the road, man, 2 years later. But then I didn't see it anymore. And then I had another van that my friend sold me pretty cheap. And then when I got a new car, I gave that van to our pastor. And not my pastor, the guy in the neighborhood. He was a pastor. I think that was just a scam, so we didn't have to pay taxes. I hope he's not listening. And I gave the van to him. And I think he lived out of it. There you go, son. Biscuit. There's a biscuit. Okay, give my doggy biscuits. Spoil them rotten. Rotten Johnny. So, yo. I just got a text from somebody. They said happy Friday. Well, happy Friday to you too. It is a happy Friday. You're damn right it's happy. Look at that, man. The sun's nice and bright, man. Warm. Friday. Beginning of summer. Coming off a couple rainy days, rainy months. You couldn't ask for more. You really couldn't. It is good times. I'm at this park. I live stream here every day. Here's something I'm going to tell you guys. I'm still going to live stream on noon on the weekends. But on the weekdays, I think I'm going to push the live stream up to like 4 o'clock when everybody's home from work. That would be the best time. Let me show you this real quick. So, thanks to Joshua White. I don't know who he is. And this is the town of Whitehaven a long time ago. And that's the bridge that goes over the Lehigh River. And this must have been a rail yard. Look at that, man. Look at the way people lived back then. Steam locomotives. Dudes just chilling by the railroad tracks. Look at all the lumber on the trains. Now we got metal. But back then, that's what they did. Let's see what's on this side over here. Okay, again, alcoholic beverages prohibited. So there's a bunch of bull there. But we are where this is the Lehigh River. And we're around here somewhere. There's the Francis Walter Dam. Remember I did a live stream there? Francis Walter Dam. That was a fun day. And the river comes down. And we're like in Whitehaven, right about here somewhere. And my normal whitewater run is down this way. And then I take out at Rockport. That's where I take out at. No, right there. That's Rockport. And that's the road that goes along. There's Whitehaven, says Whitehaven right there. And there's the town of Whitehaven. And what's on this side? That's just another map of the whole thing. Look at these old folks. They're probably all gone, long gone. Old wash tub. And these dudes on a boat. That's probably that's Washington's Crossing. Right there. That is a reenactment of Washington Cross. They're holding the American flag, reenactment. And monuments of American industry. I guess that's, I don't know what that is. Anthracite coal mine. So that's what Pennsylvania is well known for, anthracite. When I go down to Jim Thorpe on one of my live streams, they got this huge piece of coal. It's bigger than a bus. One piece of coal. It's bigger than a damn bus. And that'll be an interesting live stream one of these days. So, what else is going on in your head? In your head. What's in your head? Zombie. 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 What's in Dolores O'Riordan? I used to love her. From the Cranberries. Dolores. She died. Oxycontin. Another victim of Oxycontin. Opiates. That was a real crisis, man. That was a real thing. Doctors were giving that away too easy. They were giving it to everybody and their grandmother, and everybody was addicted to it. And now, and they decided, after they got the whole planet addicted to this horrible drug, then they finally decide it's no good, and then they cut everybody off. Now everybody's on heroin because they got them addicted to the synthetic opioids, and then the FDA decided that it was no good anymore, and doctors weren't allowed to give it out anymore. So everybody went through withdrawal. Now everybody's on heroin instead. Ain't that nice? Only in America. I fell victim to that, but I'm not going to get into that too much right now. And dog's just chilling in the car. I'll leave the doors open. My friend asked me, we were talking about drugs, and my friend asked me, I should close that door. He said he was into going fast. A lot of people like to go slow. It's like maybe like a Valium. I shouldn't say this. And he said, what is so appealing with these opiates? I don't get it. And I said, well, if you never tried it, you'll never understand. I said, Jack, his name's Jack. I said, people don't grow up when they're young and say, yeah, when I get big, I want to stick needles in my arm. They don't do that. That's not their goal in life. But the reason why people get addicted to heroin and these opiates is because it makes you feel good. It makes you feel unbelievably good. And I think that if people were on opiates, there wouldn't be any more wars. Everybody would just sit around in some room staring at the corner of the room, and and that's how people get addicted. It triggers something in the human brain that makes you feel so good that you want that over and over again. And the problem is you're chasing a dragon because you're never going to feel that good again. It just ain't happening. First couple times you feel great, and then your life's ruined basically, because it takes more and more to get the same effect. You're never going to get the same effect, but it takes more and more, and people wind up ruining their lives, unfortunately. And that's a real tragedy, what happened to America with that powerful drug. But and that's what I told Jack. I said, dude, people don't go through life saying, oh, I want to stick a needle in my arm. No, it's horrible. But it makes you feel that good that's what happens, and they get addicted to it, man. It's horrible. And that's all I could say, I didn't want to get into it too much. And he's like, well, how does it feel? And the best way I could describe it is, I said, Jack, did you ever sit there like on your couch and like stare out your window at like the sunlight, and like a beam of sunlight was coming through, and you were sort of hypnotized a little bit, and you didn't want to turn your head because you were sort of just sitting there chilling? I go, well, it feels like that, but 1,000,000 times stronger. It's like you don't want to do nothing. You just want to sit there and stare at the sunbeam light and be happy. So, all right, enough of that. I won't be allowed to live stream anymore if I talk about bad things. So let's talk about good things instead. Here, check this. These people just gonna ride their bicycles. 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 I want to ride my bike. I want to ride my bicycle. Want to ride it. And there's Roni, the dog. This dog, right, has such a bad life. I'm so mean to him. I'm a mean guy. I take him home and I beat him. I kick him. And then I giggle my ass off. Yeah, right. This dog's got the best life on the planet. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. When people say that if they get reincarnated, they want to come back as my dog or my cat because it's got the greatest life on the planet. This dog does. Do 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 do. So yeah, on the weekdays, I'll try to kick out a live stream around 4 or 5 o'clock. I'll decide. But on the weekends, I'll keep it at noon. And I'll try to be reliable. Because I know some people like to watch me live streaming. I try to put a smile on people's faces. I try to keep it real. Look at this bike kiosk. Oh man, I can't wait to do that this summer. This is all brand new. This is just this year. They got these bike kiosks and they're e-bikes. And the deal is, man, you don't have to pedal really. This, as long as you got a charged battery, you can go up and down that Lehigh Gorge Trail. It is beautiful scenery. I walk it lots of times. I've walked that trail lots of times. And when I do my kayaking, I ride my bicycle. That's how I run my shuttle. Like I'll load my kayak up. I'll shove everything in the trunk. I'll show you what I'm saying. I put my back seat down. And when I say I put my back seat down, the seat comes down like that. And then I'll shove my kayak in there. Half the kayak sticks out. That's why this is here. So it'll hold it down. And then I'll shove the bicycle in there in addition. So I got the bicycle and the kayak in this little tiny Ford Focus. And I'll drive it all down to where you launch at, where you put in the river at. And I'll drop the boat and all the gear, life jacket, helmet, spray skirt, paddle, all the kayak goodies. And then my bicycle and I will go down to where you take out at. And I'll park the car in the parking lot. I'll hop on my bicycle. And then I ride the bicycle up the trail to where the kayak's at. And I trash picked the bicycle. It's a girl's bike. People see some old dude riding a girl's bike. They probably think I'm a mental patient. Well, I am a mental patient. And then since I just trash picked a hunk of junk bike, I'll throw it in the woods and just put a couple branches over it and just hide it a little. It's not the end of the world if somebody steals it. Nobody would steal that hunk of junk bike anyway. And then I'll hop in my boat and go down the river. And then when I'm done paddling the river, my car is in the parking lot. Bim, bam, boom. Throw the kayak back in the Ford Focus. Drive back up to put in. Throw the bike in. Go home. Have a barbecue, you know. Those are the greatest times. I got to tell you, honest to goodness, I have so much friggin' fun. I love paddling. That is a great sport. Whitewater kayaking is so good. I try to teach people how to do it, and some of them did learn. Most of them did not, but some of them did. And I'm always looking for paddle buddies. I joined the Philadelphia Canoe Club one time. Me and my girl at the time, we joined the Philadelphia Canoe Club, but we got kicked out. How do you get kicked out of a canoe club? Well, we did. And there was that funky smell in the air because we were smoking them cigarettes without filters. and somebody smelt something funky in here, and the leader of the group walked up to us and said, "I can't let you paddle with us today." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Well, you're impaired." Oh, I'm impaired. And he started telling me how great he is, the whitewater rivers he went down, and you gotta have your wits about you. And he's got a point. He is right. But dude, it ain't like drinking where you can't even walk or anything. It just takes the edge off life a little bit. That's just my opinion. So I wasn't allowed to go down the river. So you know what I did? I bought a house in Whitehaven. And now if I ever see that dude again, he can't come with me. How do you like them apples? Dude can't come with me. I hope I run into him again someday. I'll say, "Nah, man, you can't come with me." And then I'll have my entourage following me. I'll say, "Remember me, dude? You wouldn't let me paddle with you? Okay, well, now you can't have my autograph because you were a jerk." And I'll tell my entourage to stay away from DH. And that's it, man. And that's a true story. And that's the truth. So I got a house, got my own kayaks, and now it's my gig. And dude can't come with me. But wait till I show you. This is going to be so much fun. Oh my goodness. The whole thing. I'll make a whole day out of it. Oh, Derek, you need the van back. Laugh out loud. Yo, Derek, brother. Yeah, man. I remember the van was rocking and you and your old lady were in there. And we could hear you. It was like that Cheech and Chong movie, Derek. You had the van rocking. We got smoked up. Yeah, man. I got to be careful, Derek, when we were smoking tobacco. And Derek had his old lady in my van, and we gave him privacy. Derek's my boy. Mongo. I'm the only one that can call him Derek. Nobody else. To everybody else, you call him Mongo. You give him respect. And that was fun, brother. Dude, man. Wasn't that great? Did you see the fish they were catching in the lake? Derek, that was pretty cool. They were pulling them out left and right, man. One dude was trying to operate 2 rods. It was impossible. The very second we would toss that line in, 3 seconds later, bam, a nice sized bass would be on that line. So it's impossible. He tried to operate a line with a bobber and a line fishing from the bottom, and it was simply impossible. When he was reeling the one thing in, the other rod was being pulled into the lake. I had to jump in the lake and save his rod from getting yanked in. So that's how healthy the lake is, man. Yeah, man. Pond is greatest. He knows, man. My boy knows. So I'm going to give my dog a biscuit, Derek, since I'm doing it for you, man. There you go, Roni. You spoiled brat. You spoiled brat. Yeah, Derek. Those were the days. Those were the days, my friends. We thought they'd never end. Dun, 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 dun. Right? My friend calls me up and he starts singing that song. Your dog was made for walking, and that's what you should do. One of these days, this dog's gonna walk all over you. Remember Nancy Sinatra? She's the one that sang that song. Your dog was made for walking. Frankie, baby. Frank Sinatra. That's life. That's life. That's what all the people say. They're riding high in April, shot down in May. But I know I'm gonna change my tune when I'm back on top in June. I said that's life. That's life. Yeah, they would play it every night at the bar. So, keeping my word. I gave you an hour of my time. Loved every second of it. It wasn't fake. I was actually really happy. Very happy. And if anybody's interested, Derek, anybody else, New York. Yeah, see, Derek's paying attention. And anybody paying attention, I'm going to move the daytime streams up to around 2 or 3 or 4 in the afternoon when everybody gets home from work. And I'll keep it around between 12 and 1 on the weekends. So listen, man, I love you guys. You're very, very important to me. Very, 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 very important. So Richard's going to hang up. And just remember that you are appreciated. Peace out, brother. Peace. Love you